Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode of Hermits on Bedrock. I'm your host, Common1125, and if you look on my little scroll bar down here, you can see I am in creative mode, on a creative save of the realm. And I've done a couple things here. I've made the outline, kind of the silhouette, if you will, of the facade. There's the word, the facade. The front face of how it's going to look, the shape pretty much. Just trying to get everything down before I start really committing some serious time and resources into this build. So, you see the two spires in the center thing. That might change. I might change the angles on that. I've been playing around with a couple of different angles, so that's subject to change. But I think we've got the shape we want with these. And I showed you how we're going to fill it in the last episode, so I'm not going to go over that again. And over here, I've been trying to just come with a little block palette for the outer floor. Maybe do some I like the contrast into from really dark to really bright, and I also like that it's textured. I like these textured blocks because they add really some pop. Like, so there's not much texture in the I'm creative. There's not much texture in the concrete, especially the hardened concrete, but there's a lot of texture in these blocks, and you have the hard lines on the outside. So I might go with these two. I know I'll use them a lot, but I really love them. And then we've started to do the layout of the subfloor. So the ground floor is going to be where all the trees are going to be. So but pretty much this whole back half is going to be trees. We might have a couple of the smaller trees up here, and because we want to make room for a big. So there's going to be stairs right here, okay, and so the floor is going to be right here on this level. So whenever you walk in, there's going to be a big hallway that goes all the way kind of to the middle to this section, right? Just for aesthetics. And on either side, you'll have oak trees over here. And then you'll have this regular spruce, birch, acacia trees over here. And then the back section is going to be the tall section, which will be where we're going to have our big taiga, the quad spruce trees, I guess you could say. But the subterranean is where we're going to have all of our little farms and redstone and stuff like that. Like over here, I've already laid out the Super Smelter room. We're just going to go with the same one we used in Season 1. It still works. It works fantastic. It's the fastest smelter I've ever used. And, that's how big it's going to be. And we got to actually take this down. This room has to go down about 8 blocks. So we might even push it further back so we can make room for some stairs or some really nice bubble vaders or something like that. And this will kind of be our redstone quadrant over here. We might have another hallway going back and revealing more things like that. And then over here, the green is going to be our farm area, a manual farm area, or I might hook up some redstone, have some automatic stuff going on. And over here, I'm still going to talk to Saquon about it, but the blue is going to kind of be in this section over here. It's going to be like the blue section. It's going to be villagers. So if we wanted to do like a villager farm, it would be over here. And or easy way now, if you download Foxy's no-tell, which the link will be in the description, but Foxy no-tell's marker system, you can use this to identify like the spawning. So this is how far something can spawn away. That's about, I guess that's about 2 chunks away, because you can see now we have a kind of a 3x3 grid of how far things can really load from this spot, or chunk grid, excuse me, and the simulation distance used to be 4 chunks from where you're standing. I'm pretty sure it's a 4 radius. So, this is 2 chunk radius. So, I mean, you add 2 more chunks, and you get about this far as how far you could ever simulate anything in Minecraft Realms. But, as of January 21st of this year, we got the upgrade to 10 chunks. So in this middle point, I should be able to load everything and then some inside of this square, right? So as long as we keep all of our creations inside this square, I'm not sure if it means also 4 chunks of space above and below, but we'll have to find that out. We might do some experimenting with some water streams. I might set the simulation distance to 10 on this creative. I might do a big long water stream and see where it disappears and things of that nature. But yeah. So, I mean, we've made some major progress here. Not really building, but it took me a long time to come up with the design for this. Let me go ahead and get rid of this. Let's go and get rid of that. But yeah, it took me a long time to come up with the design that I really liked. I was going to put this over here in the corner And then I was gonna put it over here on the outside, but then I was like, let's just make a hallway. So we'll have these big hallways coming from the central room, and underneath this, I'm thinking about having like a little bubble vader on either side, and you'll have some storage for anything that we farm here. And it'll be sorted, and you can see like the water streams underneath, and it'll be a glass floor. And like I said, you'll be able to see the water streams and everything getting sorted underneath. And I think it'll be pretty neat to see that. And then, of course, if you want to go down there and get your stuff, you just go down the bubble vader, down there, and get your stuff, come back up. And also in here, I'm going to have an option for whether or not you want things to go into the chest in here or go into the sorting system in there. So if you're going to AFK for a long time, we might have the shulker hookups like we did over in the other mine back at the bunker base. That way you just AFK here, wait on everything to smelt, and also you'll have all the goodies from around here. And then, yeah, you'll be able to just go down there and grab the shulkers that you want. But yeah, we're going to do a lot of experimenting here. A lot of experimenting. So this will be pretty much where we're going to spend a lot of time this season, other than building the Death Star once we get to that point. We're still in the planning phase of that. Also, I have, unrelated to Hermits on Bedrock, I'm doing a Let's Play series on Java. I'm still spending the majority of my time on here, so don't worry. Episodes are still going to be coming out. But I want to figure out the difference in mechanics. I've started getting really heavy into doing my own redstone builds and designs, and I just want to see the difference in between, and maybe something I see on Java will inspire me here on Bedrock. So, and also, oh yeah, almost forgot. Also, me and Saquon is doing adventures on the Infinity Dungeon that was also made by Foxy No-Tail. So please, that link of that download is also going to be in the description below. So please be looking out for those. And let's get started with this building. Hopefully I can get some time lapses in. Probably going to start with doing the Super Smelter first, because we have a lot of things we want to smelt. And I'm tired of using those 4 smelters over there. So let's get it done. And the very big hole is dug on the rim. Ignore that hole in the wall. I found a whole family of these skeleton horses, and I just wanted to collect them. And they match the theme of what we're going for, Sith. Matter of fact, let's just go fix this together. A little bit of building with comment. Let's just fix this real quick. It's going to bug me if I don't. But yeah, so we finished digging the hole out. Only took a few minutes. Whenever I say a few, maybe 20 minutes. And I think what I'm going to do is, you're going to come in here, and really for aesthetic purposes, we're going to have stairs going down like this. And then here will be the Super Smelter, right in here. And then you'll have, of course, this will be mirrored on the other side, but you'll also have bubble vaders going up, because I'm not going to use the stairs every single time. Now, I'm considering also having a switch that makes it automatic, because my idea was, this is the center block, by the way, is that we have the center AFK area, and all of the automatic farms that we have, or all the farms that we use, we can put into a central water stream that will take it below us, which is where the sorter is going to be. So like this, like I said before, the floor will be glass, and then you'll be able to see underneath the water streams and everything that makes the sorting system work. I've actually already gotten all the materials necessary to build the Super Smelter, and again, this is a Foxy No-Tail's design. So, and of course, the link will be in the description below, and so you guys can check that out. I definitely recommend it. I used it all last season, and it worked fantastic for me and Saquon at CNS Towers, and hopefully it'll work here work here just as good for us as well here at the factory build. But I'm gonna build the smelter first before I decorate the room. That way we know how far forward we're gonna need the facade to be, just like we did in season 1. But this time our main entrance won't be behind it. So I'm going to get this built, and I'll bring you guys back whenever I finish that. And there she is. Isn't she a beaut? Ah, the Super Smelter 3000 is now the Super Smelter 3001. But yeah, so it took up quite a bit of space. But I accounted for that, and I think we have plenty of room in here for what we need to do in here. Maybe a little bit of storage for things that we want to smelt, perhaps. And there's a possibility that we can run a water stream in here into the input chest. It's just, it would actually have to go straight into this hopper system, because Well, I mean, it'd be tough. It would be tough. We have to do some rearranging of the hoppers. We could definitely make that happen, though, if that's what we wanted to do. I'm going to talk to Saquon about that, and see if that's what we want, because then we can just have an output in here. We just have a simple comparator loop going through or actually, we could even, whenever this is on, this is running, we can actually just have a little redstone clock, observer clock running. That activates a dropper that's going to drop everything back into the water stream and go right over here into our little sorting area, which will be somewhere in this area. But yeah, okay. But yeah, so it works. I turn my game volume way down so I can show you. The pistons just keep getting full, and you put your fuel in here. I saw a trap chest. I'm gonna put something in there. It's not gonna take it out until I exit the chest. Then once the chest closes, it does that. So trap chest is really good thing to think about. Seeing it just keeps moving and moving and moving and going around and around. And we got like a stack and 4, so it's like 68 furnaces running at once. So you literally get 68 times the efficiency of one furnace. So I mean, it's gonna work out pretty good. I think we're gonna start. I'm gonna have to put us a little bamboo farm over at the iron farm area or our farming district, so that we can create massive amounts of scaffolding, which is what we used last season as fuel, and it was very convenient and easy because, you know, we get string from the iron farm, we get bamboo from the bamboo farm, and we don't have to mine for this stuff that you see right here on the ground, the coal or anything else like that. But if you guys have any more fueling ideas that's better than us just spamming scaffolding in there, which actually burns quite a bit, quite a long time. It might even burn longer than coal. I'm not too sure. We might have to test that theory. But I'm going to get to work trying to come up with a design. Of course, I'll show you guys before I start. A floor design, a wall design. And of course, you know, we're going to have to raise this up 3 or 4 more blocks to get a good ceiling in here. And of course, we'll have the facade, the little facing. That probably will just snug up to it right up and cover up all this redstone pretty much. And yeah, so I mean, I think it looks pretty good. And of course, this is made by Foxy No Tell, and it's going to be in the description below. His video actually released over a year ago, of course, because we were still in season 1. But, you know, it still works to this day perfectly. And what's interesting is it's like anti-lag. It's lag proof because of the redstone clock back here. It works using the torches underneath powering this block, which is pushed by the pistons, so you'll never get any kind of piston mix-up. It's always going to fire in the correct order. So, yeah, we used up all of our stuff except for some smooth stone, which I'm glad. But anyway, I'm going to get to work on this design, and I'll bring you guys right back once again. And huzzah! As you can see, I have done a little bit of the floor design, and pretty much kind of pick the block palette we're going to use for this room, or at least the floor of the room, and maybe even all over the factory. I'm not sure about the stone. I may switch it out with polished andesite. I may not. I use polished andesite and polished diorite a lot because I love how it looks, and it's a very little used block in Minecraft. And I make that junk look good. But it looks pretty good, and we'll work in some gray concrete in our cyan terracotta. We'll probably inset it like I have over here. And we'll mix up some of these deep slate variants so that it doesn't look so bland. Like we'll throw in some cobbled deep slate and regular deep slate and polished deep slate bricks, and you know, we'll use all sorts of stuff in here to make it look a little bit better and texture it out. And including the same thing with the stone, we might throw in some andesite and stuff like that. You know, right here you can see naturally it does a good job blending in with stone. But we'll inset it like this, using stairs possibly, and we might even push this inset out to here, and this will be the backdrop. I'm not sure how it will work with these pistons. And I want to cover up all the redstone whenever I make the face of this. I want to cover up all the redstone, so it'll have to be more like this. And yeah, we don't want that. We don't want to see that. But whatever we do on one side, we will have to do on the other for symmetry's sake. Symmetry's sake. And I don't know. I don't know if it's going to look good or not. I might have to switch these blocks out with whatever we use the facade for and try to find... Actually, I think that'll be good. It'll be like a support beam. Now that I think of it, polished or smooth stone is kind of like the steel beam of Minecraft. It's clean, has clean-cut edges, and that's why I like using it a lot in my builds, which we'll be using it a lot, especially whenever we start doing the spires One of the layers is smooth stone, and it looks awesome, as you guys saw earlier in the episode. But I'm going to keep tackling away at this. I just kind of want to give you guys a progress report, just to kind of show you the process. Is that, I'm not going to do anything back here. I'm going to light it up, of course, but I'm not going to do anything fancy back here. Best not to waste blocks. Also, over here, I'm already growing some bamboo because, as I said earlier, we are going to use scaffolding as a fuel source for our super smelter. And, a stack and 6 furnaces, are going to use a lot of fuel. So, yeah. I'm going to go ahead and get a head start so that whenever we do build the farm, it's going to be a mega farm, by the way, we can actually go ahead and start with the full harvest and not have to do, 3 or 4 harvests just to fill up the farm. And, while we're building here, why not just let it be running? It doesn't look very good, but of course we'll get rid of it in the final result. But I'm going to keep working on this, and I'll see you guys in just a few minutes. Or actually, for me, it'll be a couple hours, but for you, it'll be a couple seconds. I will see you then. And presto, look at this room. Let's go up the bubble vader. Don't look up there. Okay, alright, but check this out. So, this kind of does look like wallpaper. I've been thinking about it ever since I started, but it looks really good, I think. I couldn't inset this wall because we're going to have another layer out here, and that's going to be our hallway layer, pretty much, so we can have actually, the 2 different layers, like this. The one you see on one side and one you see on the other. I've learned to do that on interiors here in recent days. But yeah, go down one side, put your stuff in the smelter, turn it on. It's very loud. And yeah, I think it turned out really, really good actually. I really enjoy, and I especially love this. It looks fantastic back there. Might even put some more lights, who knows. But for quick access, you can use the bubble vader. I'm contemplating putting some hay bales in those 4 blocks, because if you just run off, you hit that block just to kind of soften your fall. I don't know yet. Maybe not. But out here, it's just the shell. As you can see, and I also did the first 2 spires as well, just trying to get the outline ready before we crank this up for real. And back here, I closed it in, is all the redstone well lit. I might even light it up even more, just to keep the mobs out. I'll actually put 2 blocks there for now, but I will put an iron door here with a little button, and then a scaffolding going down. But anyway, yeah, so you can see all the redstone. It's a glory. Very cool. Everything works. Got me some skelly horses right there. But yeah, so the next step in this process is what you see right here. I've actually gotten about a whole chest full of bamboo, which should be enough to start our farm. So I think next on our agenda will be to go to the farming district and make that bamboo farm, AFK it, make a whole bunch of scaffolding, and fill this double chest, which is our fuel source, up with scaffolding. So we're probably going to need, 2 shulkers of that. So I think it's going to look good. We're just going to double check one more time, make sure everything's working right. Yep, let's go around the back and make sure that the back pistons are firing as well. It's about to be nighttime, because I always want to make sure everything's working. Yep, because we got those blocks in the middle, but luckily, and hopefully they don't remove this feature anytime soon, because on Java you cannot have pistons moving like that, or pistons moving the smelters like that. But yeah, so we're gonna pop over to the farm district, and I'll show you guys the plan for over there. So here is kind of the layout of how big our bamboo farm is going to be, and it's actually right underneath our AFK spot. And speaking of AFKing, I'm looking down there, and I'm seeing a guardian floating down there. So I think I might move my AFK spot to somewhere here in the middle. Maybe down here. Like right here. Because you can definitely see him from right. Maybe I can even run that. Yep, see, I could see the ticking of that observer. So yeah, we can actually load all of our farms from right here. Oh, that's epic. And I just made that revolution, little epiphany, right here on camera with you. But yeah, so this is a farm is actually the design I'm using is based on Silent Whisper's design. It's not going to be exactly the same. I'm going to make some modifications to it to fit my needs. But of course, that link will be in the description below as always. You know, give credit where credit is due. But yeah, so I'm going to get started on this, and I might bring you back for a progress report, or you might come back and this whole thing will be finished. Let's see. And around 4 hours later, the newest edition of our farming district is completely finished. And I have to say, it works fantastic. I've already ran it one time just to make sure everything worked. And I'll do it again right now so you can see it in action. Oh yeah, look at that. Oh, almost got carried with it. But yeah, you see, I mean, the flying machine working flawlessly, flawless redstone, minecarts going back and forth. Again, this is a design by Silent Whisper, and it will be in, whoa, very loud. It was very loud. But anyway, yeah, so all this happens up here. It gets knocked down, and then the minecarts go pick it up, and then it gets carried down this water stream up here into the chest. I got a lot of cleaning up to do down here, tidying up, making permanent up and down spots. I literally just got finished with this farm. And I mean, it just gives crazy amounts of bamboo. Like, I got like 5 stacks, enough to fill the whole thing, with just like a third of it done. And we gotta wait till it comes back to pick up the majority of it, because the minecarts will miss it. And we should be seeing a lot coming in any second now. Yep. Look at that. Crazy. It's crazy. Well, let's come down here and make sure everything got picked up over here. Make sure there's no like lag, and make sure everything's loading in the right way. Looks like it picked up everything. Wow. The first time I ran it, we saw a lot in the down here. Let's see. Let's go take another look in these chests. Make sure I got everything. Okay. All right. There we go. And you gotta think, I just harvested too, so I mean, literally from 3 minutes of AFK, you get 2.5 stacks. Just wait. Whenever it grows to 16 block, like I ran out of glass because, you know, the Super Smelter isn't working. Which I'm about to go and take all that I have here, maybe AFK just a little bit, make some fuel, go over there and run the Super Smelter. And if I can land on the glass, because we gotta make this glass up to there. It's supposed to be 17 blocks, because you can grow 16 blocks. So 17 blocks high, and I mean, look, it's already grown. Like, half of them's already grown to 3. And you can see I just put down this section right here, this half of it. So I'm going to go and run the Super Smelter for a while and finish this glass up. And then we're going to move on to the next thing in this episode. We just got to take a second. Let me turn this volume down real quick. We've got to take a second and just appreciate the power of the Super Smelter. I mean, I just can't. Look at this. I've literally been sitting here for maybe 10 seconds. I mean, just look, it's just piling in over, and as fast as it can smelt, it's gonna smelt. I mean, look at that. It's crazy. I put like half a shulker of sand in there, and it's, yeah, see, it's still soaking it up. And each one, I mean, see, it by the time it gets all the way around, I guess it's already smelted that one item. So, but yeah, I mean, that's crazy. Look at that. That's already another stack from whenever I looked in it before. But yeah, I'm going to finish smelting. I love this room. I just can't get over it. It looks great. It turned out really good, I think. But I'm going to go, and the next project we're going to work on is building these next 2 spires. I'm probably not going to go back to the farming district this episode. You guys know that deal. I might show you guys a full harvest next episode, perhaps. But I'm going to try, well, let me get not too far away, to finish the first 2 spires or piers or whatever you want to call them. And make sure, and maybe even do the middle portion, because I want to have like a big door going up there too. It's gonna be a huge door, and you can see I've already done I've started the stairs going up. I kind of like that, you know, stone variants, mixing it up a little bit. I made this causeway right here with the polished diorite. I really don't know if I like that block palette or not, or if I want to stick with this. I'm not sure. What do you guys think? Leave a comment. Do you think I should do this with the polished andesite and diorite, or do you think I should stick with this right here and just have this going all the way down, all the way around every side? I'm just trying to save on blocks, and these aren't very used blocks, so I have plenty of them. But we're going to do this next. Hopefully I get a good time lapse for you guys and me doing these, because they're going to turn out to be really cool, especially looking in from the side or a diagonal view. And I mean, just looks beautiful. Beautiful redstone. But yeah, so I'll bring you guys back. Hopefully next time you see me, it will be moving at 25 times the normal speed. I hope you guys enjoyed that time lapse. I sure actually enjoyed making it. It was a pretty pleasant experience. It all went pretty smoothly. I had to fix a couple of mistakes, and it looks fantastic. I'm really in love with this build now. I just keep wanting to go and go and go, but unfortunately we are close to time. I think this might even put us over the 27-minute mark. This is our longest episode ever, and I did that on purpose. I want you guys to let me know, please, in the comments below. Do you like this way better? I got a lot of comments in the past saying that they wanted more gameplay and more of me talking instead of just, me saying, oh, let's go do this, boom, and it's done. So I've been trying to do more time lapse and include a little bit more gameplay in there for you guys. Let me know if you enjoyed it in the comment section below. But let's get back to business. So we finished these two spires, right? And this is the side design of those spires. So now you kind of get, and it's going to go all the way down like that. We may do something special in the middle just to kind of make it symmetrical. I think it might look a little bit bland if we just do that all the way down. Who knows? So I think I might build it to about right here and then see how that looks. And we'll judge it in the next episode. How about that? But we actually got a lot done. There's a reason why this episode's so long. I mean, you gotta think. We did the Super Smelter, the bamboo farm, then these two spires, and then we flattened it. But even before that, we flattened all this land out, finished up little knickknacks all around here, did some mining, and not to mention all the resources required to build these things. It wasn't easy, I'll tell you that much. We went through, I think, three boxes of sand. I mean, you can see I've been going through the desert here trying to work my way back, which gave me an interesting idea, because over here also is kind of, barren, I guess you could say, from where I've been mining, and that's what I want this to look like. I think that gives it a real Sith vibe. Everything's dying, everything's being taken. We're taking advantage of nature, like this forest over here and everything else. But yeah, so I think that's going to do it for this episode. If you liked what you saw, hit that like button. It helps me get the views, and I desperately need them to reach our 50 subscriber goal. We're extremely close, 2 subscribers away as of right now on September 5th, 2021, baby. So please hit that like button. And if you really like what you saw, hit that subscribe button. And if you really, really love what you see and you want to see more things and you want to be notified whenever I do post any kind of content, then you can click that bell button and you'll get a notification every single time I post something, so I can nag you all the time, hopefully, if I post a lot of stuff at least. But that's going to do it for today. Thanks for watching, and I hope that you enjoyed.